How do we change what must be done to make things happen, to break through, to speak more clearly, to be heard and seen, to reach an understanding, complete, not in between.
Wake up, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. This is the podcast where we discuss mindfulness in everyday life. And I'm here with my lovely co-host, Mara. You want to say anything?
Hello.
Yeah, so I had some thoughts about today, and not really, because, we're sort of, I figure maybe we can decide at the end of the session what we might call this session.
The theme.
The theme.
Yeah.
The theme.
Yeah, let's do it.
But the first thing I was going to say was, can we reflect this week, because of course I already have a story in mind, this past week, what was something that was most mindful that comes to mind for you, that you occurred and happened and you could share?
Yeah, so you were there. I went to a gratitude group, and the topic was courage. And it just got me thinking more and more, kind of aware of how often we need courage in our lives. And by a lot of times when people think of courage, they think of doing some great act of courage. And I through our talk this week, it just got me thinking how often we need courage just to do daily living stuff, like saying no, or saying yes to something that it makes us a little bit nervous. Setting a boundary, or trying something new, or just anything that makes us a little uncomfortable, may bring up a twinge of fear. That takes courage. And the group that I went to this week kind of made me more aware of how often I need to practice courage.
Or a way of interpreting it, I guess.
Yeah.
That what we are doing every day is filled with many
moments, where we can practice courage. Moments. And
so,
it may be just facing discomfort in some way.
So can you tell me a time this past week where you did that comes to mind?
Practice courage? I've been home alone all day in this tiny house.
So this past week?
Yeah.
Anything popped to mind?
Well, this whole week,
recent.
Yeah. So this whole week I've been preparing for a new life that I'm making for myself. I'll be traveling, and creating a new business for myself, which means I have to go out and tell people, "Oh, this happened." Like 10 minutes ago, I had to tell you what my business was about. And I didn't want to do it because I was afraid you would think, that'll never go. That's not unusual or different. Who cares about that? And instead, I said it out loud. And you were like, wow, that's something we really need.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say it.
Wow.
So in that moment, I wasn't thinking I should practice courage. It was more like I should say it out loud. And I did it. I said it out loud.
Wow.
Yeah, little elevator pitch moment. This is what I do.
Yeah. No, I'm seriously impressed. I love that you do what you do, and you, like you said, you couch it in the things they think they want when you're telling them the things they want.
Yes,
in terms of mindfulness and all the things that we're bringing to this world. To me, it's that you can get paid, that you do this work and get paid, and you can get people to pay to do it. I just find that so amazing and admirable, and that your work is, what we do.
Wow.
And you're bringing it to the world, and
I'm trying to bring it to the world through leadership development.
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah. In Interplay, we have something called Sneaky Deep, right? So I kind of want to bring depth to leadership development.
Sneaky Deep.
Yeah,
that's freaking hilarious. I don't even know that one. been around a little bit.
Yeah.
Sneaky deeps.
So thank you for being encouraging when it took a little bit of courage to tell you about what I'm up to. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. It's so funny. I don't think it would normally take courage to do that because you sell yourself.
Thank you. Every time I do it, it takes courage because I grew up in a place, in a large family, where every time you said something, you're at risk for someone sneering at you and saying, what the hell is that? It's very much a part of the Bostonian culture to dismiss or to belittle, even in a funny way. It's like
absolutely
what is seen as funny.
No, this resonates for me in my culture growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling it. I feel it just coming in here. I made a couple little miniature requests of this woman that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
And got, right before coming here, and got told, no, that's not going to work, you know. So yeah.
Ouch, right? There's always that risk when we come out, when we say what we want.
Even though it's totally logical. She said she can't. I invited her to do something Friday evening, but it's too late for the kids. So it's like, of course. Yeah. But she just, it's still a teeny weeny ouch, right? It's like, I wasn't thinking of, it's late for the kids.
You're still being told no.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you say something that's important to you, you risk the person in front of you looking at you blankly. Or saying, I don't get it. Or what's the use of that? Or that doesn't make sense. It's a risk putting ourselves out there. When I was young, I never put myself out there. I was just as generic as I could possibly be.
Wow.
So I didn't get that back because I'm a sensitive person. And so I know if someone doesn't agree or doesn't like what I'm saying, I'm really sensitive to it. It would hurt, so I just wouldn't do it when I was young.
But you're doing it, and you're doing it in such a broad way, and you did it to find your job that you have now, and the work you're doing now, and now you get to do that virtually and travel because you can do it virtually.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just blown away by all that freedom and that you risked, and you were without work this past year for I don't know, it was the fall, winter. For a lot of months that stressed you, but then you landed on your feet again, and to me it's really impressive because I'm also struggling, and I don't know how to land on I mean I always land on my feet too, but I don't know where I'm going to land. I'm still in the unknown, and I don't know.
Does any of it require courage?
Oh, it all does.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you about your interpretation of courage. No, I'm aligned with you on this. It's every day and all the things, all the little things, just like I don't know. Was it courage to reach out and ask somebody to do something with me? Yeah, it was even courage to ask her, you know. But I wanted to because I thought it might be sweet thing for all of us to do with my daughter. You know, just trying to set up possibilities. So my mindfulness thing, we were at that thing together, and that thing was amazing. Our group on courage, but I was in a slump because this woman had shared that she wasn't feeling it with me on that Friday. And I had just been with her in an amazing way at the beach. So I was in a bad slump Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the transformative moment for me, which really is transformative, is that I was listening to a podcast on radical hope, except for she calls it something even more than that. But it wasn't that she was talking about radical hope that landed for me so much as, let me see, she called it, where is it? Ruthless, relentless, stubborn commitment to hope. She has a ruthless, relentless, stubborn commitment to hope.
I like it. I've called that and it's so funny. I use this term. People always laugh at me. I say I am wildly optimistic. Wildly optimistic. I stand by that.
Good for you. I love
Committed to hope. Wildly optimistic. So she's ruthlessly.
So she's So see, even the words didn't land the same. I'm using Tara's words, radical, whatever. Yeah. But her actual words were ruthless, relentless, stubborn commitment to hope for herself, right? So I relate to that because I'm stubborn. I've been stubborn my whole life. It's been one of my qualities. I'm pretty tenacious, I would say, is one of the things. I don't give up totally easily.
Yeah.
You know, I hang on, especially to friends and people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even her saying that resonated and changed my point of view. What shifted to freedom was, first off, what resonated was her stubbornness, the radicalness of it, which I loved, even though these are different words. They keep going out of my head. What are they? Ruthless, relentless.
Ruthless,
I keep saying radical. And then the word commitment, because nothing in my life has come about without commitment from me. So when I committed to having a baby, to being a mother, committed to adopting, first, you know, that was a very difficult road, like the whole infertility road, because it was late coming to trying to have a kid. So there was years of it. But the kid, becoming a parent, came out of a relentless, stubborn commitment to being a mom. And of course, for me, adoption was equally as great as giving birth, but giving birth was still having to let go. Like, not giving birth was still having to let go that part of being alive as a woman, not being able to experience, right? That's all that part that I gave up. I didn't do it soon enough. As a lesbian, I could never accidentally get pregnant like so many people, because I wasn't having intercourse.
Yeah.
So that kind of intercourse. Anyway, so everything I've ever done has come out of commitment.
Commitment. And here's the thing too, is like, there's a quality of commitment. It's almost like a part of you knows this is the direction my life must go in. It has to go in this direction. I'm committed to it. And even if it's painful, even if it's hard, you wake up and you try again and again and again because you feel that level of commitment. But, you know, I'm thinking of jobs I've had or relationships I had that weren't working out. That commitment felt somehow wrong to me. Like, this job that I'm committed to, doing the hard thing every single day and showing up, I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe the commitment just fell out of it, so I was no longer willing to stay. Because the job was, I outgrew the job.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
So I guess what I'm saying it out loud is, I want to be careful that I don't stay committed just because I like commitment. Like, if I've outgrown something, I need to go.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
But, and I remember I had a sister-in-law who's like, in marriage, you stay committed. That's just it. But what if you outgrow your partner? You know? I mean, commitment alone isn't enough. No,
I agree. Look, I'm not saying these are like ironclad. It's an ironclad thing that you put on your arm. Yes, because I gave you the example of becoming a parent, the commitment.
It felt like a good commitment.
I became a gardener. When I took on gardening and then became a landscape architect, like then went to school, like I chose it and then was committed to it. Like I fell into it out of a deadbeat job. I knew I had to get out of this job. I was working as a display person, making no money, couldn't do anything for 8 years, you know, working for department stores, earning nothing, hating the job. And I finally quit, and women around me had their own businesses doing gardening. So I just asked one if I could work for them. And then literally within the first 3 months of working for this woman that I worked for, I knew I could do that too. Like, all of a sudden, the light bulb went off. Well, I could do this too, and I could be free. I could be my own boss.
It felt right.
And it felt right. So I was able to then commit to that so then I've been doing that for 33 years, but now it's dead again, okay? Like, at the time that I did it in my 30s, I was like, okay, that could last a lifetime. And it will last a lifetime. I will still be some kind of a garden designer, I'm sure, until I die. But I am now looking for the next thing, right? Like, I'm envious of you. Like, it's not enough. It's not enough. And I've pivoted it to be more about saving the planet in the past 10 years. But it's still, you know, rather than just beautiful gardens, which is what it was for the first 12 years, it was about aesthetics and not about the environment so much. And now it's all about the environment for me more than the aesthetics, which is hard. It's a hard sell. People don't want ragtaggedy looking yards. I know what they want. but you can't have what nature wants. Okay, so this is they're in conflict, but I'm also done being anyway. Point being, I got it because I committed to it at the time. Like,
but it wasn't an completely intellectual idea, is it? Commitment, because if you say, okay, I'm going to decide to be committed, like it almost comes from a much deeper place when commitment shows up. You know what I mean? It's like you have to.
But
there
without
has to
the
be
commitment,
something.
yes, but without the commitment, we have nothing. So I feel like I'm in a world where there's not much anymore commitment. I don't know. This is my take right now in my little world, like in my world, in dating and stuff. It's just like, where is it? Like like having met this woman, she would be enough. Like I would
commit.
Like the last one, the situationship, she would have been enough. Like I'm not looking for the perfect thing. They have enough of the things.
Yeah.
I would be willing to be committed and all in. I would marry either one of them. I would be all in. Being at the beach with that person last week with her kids, that's what I want. I want that meaning and purpose.
Right.
And then to come back and then say, hey, you want to hang out on the weekend? And she's like, I'm not feeling it, you know? So.
Yeah, and if you're not feeling it, you wouldn't commit. So what you're saying is you're around people who aren't feeling it.
It didn't appear that way when we were together on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, however. She was initiating stuff and acting like she was feeling it.
Yeah.
I guess am I not being clear about that?
Yeah.
So there's a wishy-washy. Yeah, it's not just me. It's not just my projection. Now, I'm not saying it's not a lot my projection.
Yeah.
It is my experience because she is. I do want more family, and it is the joy for me.
Right.
When that versus.
I love that you're committed to finding this one way or another. You're going to get it.
But but her and the one before, the situationship with the 5 children, this one has 3 children, they are the thing. Like I dated a woman with no children. Yeah, I was sort of falling for her, but they are what I want. I want the meaning and the purpose and the continuing raised family.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not to say that I wouldn't fall in love with somebody where they were like me, an empty
that's
nester,
what you want.
But that's what I want. If I found another empty nester, I still might want to do foster care and bring another kid into it.
I didn't realize children were that important to you. That's really interesting.
Meaning and purpose. They are the like hanging out at the beach with these kids. They're alive. There's nothing stopping that aliveness. It's very pure. It's all the things, you know. And
so this is another piece of the puzzle that's really clear now. So you want a partner and you want to partner with kids.
Well, I'm open to all of the things.
Yeah.
I'm open to all of it. I'm not trying to. So I want to say that the thing that set me free Sunday, the mindful moment, was in empowering myself for the hope. And it wasn't even something she said. I think I re-listened to I didn't re-listen to the whole podcast because I wanted to find out what happened on the drive to our meeting about courage.
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere in the thoughts of her radical, what was it again? Not radical. I don't know. I was going to call it radical. Her
ruthless, stubborn, relentless
commitment to hope, to her own hope.
Yeah.
What popped into my head as an artist, whatever, was the vision of it. So previous to that, I'd been practicing what we Buddhists do, which is this idea of letting go, let it go, let it allow, let it be. It's not there, no attachment. And in that is a black hole of nothingness. Like her going, I'm not feeling it. Whereas a therapist friend of mine said, well, why didn't you ask her, what does she mean she's not feeling it? Because feelings come and go. Like, I don't act out of my feelings, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not acting out of feelings. If I was acting out of feelings, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm different. I don't mean to specialize myself, but I feel like I'm different than most people this way. I feel like people fall in love, they get this love energy. It's like, I don't feel like I have it the same way. It's more like flow state, commitment. I don't act out of my feelings. Yeah, there's positive feelings. When you're in a flow state that's working, you're allowing the world to be the way it is. So that's when the most joy is, right? When you're just allowing it. But bad things can be happening within that. A mosquito bites you. Bugs are biting you. The car, whatever. Like we were camping. I'm just throwing out a stupid idea. Things are happening.
Yeah, and
Um,
you don't want to be at the mercy of your emotions, which go up and down. You don't want to be at the mercy of every stupid thought you have, right? You don't have to believe every single
don't-
thought.
right, so
I'm
we
not
don't-
feeling it today, maybe tomorrow. We don't
Right,
take
so we don't
action.
believe our thoughts. We're trained.
Yeah.
We're trained as Buddhist views not to believe our thoughts. Is the first things we're learning
Right.
in mindfulness, and then don't believe your feelings either. But there's
Yeah.
still a feeling under a feeling. There's like layers of it. So it's like the flow
Yeah,
state
yeah.
is when you're just in equanimity and you're allowing. It's an open, allowed state.
Right.
So the mosquito bites you, you just experience the mosquito bite or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
not giving kind of inane examples, but in any case, as I was driving, what I allowed my vision to have was including this person I'm dating, including the situationship, gave me a future instead of just living in this black hole slate of, oh my God, she's not feeling it. Now I got to do that all again. Back on the treadmill, got to do the next one coming down the line. Like, got to get it up, got to get back online, start dating again, get to know a whole nother person, shoot for these people, they're not it. I am committed to this past year, 2 things I've really learned in the past year. It's unconditional love, I think I talked to you about. And to me, these are radical acts. Okay, to me, this is the radical act. And I'm, no matter who my therapist, my friends say to me, I still am believing in my own compass of, no, this is the right thing for me. Is this practice of unconditional love for people, for my friends, especially for my lovers, though, is where I'm learning, is where the rubber is hitting the road. So I consider this woman a lover. I've slept with her. I'm dating her, okay? So, in my mind's eye, she might not be feeling it, maybe, and she doesn't have the same needs for sex as I do. I'm open to any permutations at this time in my life. I just want an adventurous, exciting life that has enough of the things in it that keep me buoyed and wanting to wake up every morning and keep going and give back. When I didn't have that vision for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was the most depressed. I'm going to start crying of emptiness, of like, it wasn't a good place. I didn't even want to exercise. Like, I'm pretty good at making myself do the things I don't want to do. I don't get depressed very often.
Yeah.
And I also lost it on my bosses on Saturday for the first time in 5 years, a boss. It's seeping out of me in different ways. Like, I was really crushed last year when my situationship broke up. I'm really crushed. I did grief workshops. I was so emotionally crushed. I'm not crushed this year over this woman. I've only dated her 4 months. She's still going to be a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's some other things that are kind of squeezing out of me, right? Which is this need popped into my head of the vision of including her in whatever form and the possibility of different forms. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And my situationship. So I reached out to my situationship this week again and asked her if she wanted to do something with me in Provincetown. We had talked about it. Of course, she said she didn't think it was a good idea. So I was denied. I reached back out to the woman I've been hanging with. And my daughter's coming to town. I said, hey, I'd love for you to meet her because it's, even if she's not feeling it, whatever that means. So I never even asked her, what does that mean? I'm just jumping to the conclusion it means she's done with me. But how could she be done with me when we shared this intimate connection for 3 days? Who would want to throw that away? I know I don't. Okay, am I landing? Is the story unfolding in any clear way? I mean, you understanding?
Yeah, I'm
That
following
the vision freed me. As soon as I had the vision of, you could, like, you know how you make things happen, and you make things happen even in relationships when you go like, I'm going to marry that person or whatever. You have a commitment. You go, but it takes 2. They have to want it too. So if she doesn't want it, she doesn't want it. But in one version that popped into my head was, I would be her platonic wife and help her finish raising those kids. I would do that in a nanosecond over what I've been doing for the past 6 years, 16 years, for real. If we were in a committed, I'd buy a house with her, live with her, so we'd have meals together. I would have a shared life with meaning, helping this person. If we still continue to have the intimacy that we do have.
Like intimate friends, you mean? Like,
well, no, we're intimate. I feel at ease with this woman, and we're kind of like girlfriends. Like, she kissed me. Like, when she sent me to take care of the older boy, and then she kissed me on the lips, like at the bathhouse at the camping. Like, we're kind of intimate. We slept together. maybe she's not into sex, maybe she's not feeling it with me. As long as she would be okay, this is the unconditional love part, with whatever it looks like and whatever it is for us. As long as it's okay for the both of us.
Yeah. Right.
And I
that's
can
what you
have
want.
that.
Right.
That would be polyamorous. Yeah, my world that I'm opening up to.
Yeah.
It's love and getting love where you get it.
Yeah.
And and then would I, sleep with my situationship once in a blue moon if I could? Yes.
Yeah.
Or somebody else. That's why she pops back in. All right.
Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
there you go.
So, and where does the courage what do you need courage to do next?
Well, I had to have the courage to drop the stories, which is another thing I'm working on, about what does it mean for her to say, I'm not feeling it. I tried to follow up, still haven't had a chance to have a conversation with her about that. She did say she would hang out with me and my daughter this weekend and maybe for my birthday next week.
What
Because I
day
made
is
that
your
request.
birthday?
It's next Wednesday. It's a week from today.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, so I made the request of the situationship. She said probably not a good idea,
Yeah.
She didn't think it made sense. Makes
Okay.
sense to me, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
clarify that later. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll come around to it, or maybe she won't.
Yeah. So the courage is this.
And then I went back online. Like I told myself
Yeah.
I was going to give myself a month
Yeah.
to.
You went back online. That's pretty amazing.
Well, I was like, okay, I've given myself a few weeks. She came back with, I'm not feeling it. She broke up with me on the 1st.
Yeah.
But then spent this lovely time with me at the beach. Oh well, like I'm catching as catch can. So I'm like
Yeah.
loving unconditionally what shows up.
Right.
Trying to love this person, love my situationship, love
Right.
you, love everybody,
Right. And still going out trying to just put yourself out there
Yeah.
online.
Yeah,
takes
if
courage.
the one comes, and I'm going to be meeting, I have a couple of these other groups. There's another woman I was interested in who's straight. I'm going to get to know her. I'm not excluding it because
Yeah.
I'm gay, so I have had thoughts about her. Even
Yeah,
in the beginning,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, she's straight.
Yeah.
But we've bonded over brokenheartedness. But she's also very intriguing to me. So we're going to get to know each other. So I'm just keep taking the next steps.
Nice.
But it doesn't mean I'm going to move on from these things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to throw this person away.
Right.
Who camping with her is amazing. Like the adventures are
Right,
amazing. Every
right.
adventure I've had, every time I've been with her, it's been
Yeah.
like, why would I ever want to pass on
Yeah.
that?
You're committed. You are committed.
Well, to not losing valuable friendships,
Yeah.
intimate
Yeah.
friendships.
Yeah. And who knows what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah. So that's, I know, a long-winded way of saying what happened to me this past week. And then I had these questions that I stumbled on that I wanted to share with you. So in my inbox, there came 5 rules to live by and 10 questions that I thought we could dive into this.
Let's do it.
And the 5 rules to live by came in the form of a Substack.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me pull that up and sort of rake your brain about.
And does it have a Buddhist bent to it?
Absolutely. So it has. Here's the bent. It totally rings true for me. I don't have the preface. Do I not have the preface? I have the rules without the preface. Let me see if I have the preface at the end. Nope. I left the preface out. I took photos of it. So I don't have the preface. The preface is what these 3 people, Carl Jung, Viktor Frankl, and Tom Watts. Is that his name?
Tom Watts. I don't know Tom Watts.
He's a lecturer in the 60s. He was with the whole Ram Dass thing.
Yeah.
He was the one that went to jail for his
for the
convictions.
psychedelics
Yes, for the
and stuff,
psychedelic
yeah.
stuff. But he's super, super intellectual. Anyway, these are what they all have in common, and then these 5 rules were gleaned from these 3.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay? So that was the preface part, which I'm just now, trying to verbalize very not well. Rule number 1. Stop searching for happiness. Search for meaning. And then there's some hubbub about it that I can read to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ready for the hubbub?
Yeah.
Modern culture has convinced us that happiness is the goal. Frankl believed the opposite. People can survive astonishing suffering if they know why they're suffering.
Yeah.
Without meaning, even comfort begins to feel unbearable. Jung observed that many psychological disorders weren't simply illnesses, they were crises of meaning. Watts, hold on, let me see if I have the Watts one. Watts argued that chasing happiness is like trying to smooth water with your hand. The harder you chase it, the further it slips away. This explains a strange paradox of modern life. Never before have people had so much convenience. Never before have so many reported feeling empty. I'm sorry, this is long. Perhaps the problem isn't that life has become harder. Perhaps we're mistaken pleasure for purpose. Meaning often arrives disguised as responsibility.
Wow.
Back to commitment to me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ooh.
The rule number 1.
Yeah, so in terms of happiness, the way it sounds like they're defining it there, because I find happiness and meaning, it gives me the state of well-being. But in terms of happiness, the way they're describing it, it's like pleasure, seeking pleasure.
Yeah.
And I was thinking actually of my daughter who's 19 and what it's like to be in your 20s. And it's just part of that culture is all they do is go after pleasure because they're starting off in life. They haven't even figured out what's most meaningful to them yet.
Right.
So they kind of fill their life with these pleasure-seeking activities and they're miserable. You know, I was when I was in my 20s. I didn't have any sense of meaning. I was like trying everything and unable to find it.
Same. Yep.
So it makes a lot of sense, and I agree that seeking pleasure is only going to get us in trouble because it's seeking the dopamine drip, right? The Netflix, what's on our phones, the drug, the alcohol, the meaningless sex, and all that. It's,
right.
It feels great in the moment, but it gets me in trouble every single time.
Yeah.
I go through periods of seeking pleasure, and then slowly I go into a state of depression and misery from it. And then I have to drag myself out of it and go on like a pleasure detox.
Right, like I wouldn't exercise. Like I've let the exercise go off, but the exercise is what brings me the actual stability and equanimity rather than the potato chips or whatever.
What would they call that? How would they
Just
relate that
there.
to meaning though? Because it's those practices.
Well, the meaning for exercise is well-being for my daughter. Like the meaning is again, it's always for I live for my daughter. I hate to say it now. I don't want to live for her.
Yeah.
In a way, but as soon as I became a parent, I was living for her.
Yeah.
Like I would give my life for her or whatever.
Yeah.
So even though sometimes on the roller coaster I feel worthless, pointless, now that I'm an empty nester and she's 25.
Yeah.
I still live for her and I still have to be 100 for her. So everything I do, my body, my exercise is for her so I can live to be 100. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. And I also know it's better for me. But I was unable to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the first time in a long time.
So, I like it. We seek meaning, but at the same time, like what meaning am I in having a healthy lifestyle?
But your meaning is in your giving back at work. Like your whole work is around meaning.
Yeah, that's meaning. But the travel, and it's meaningful to me to always be challenging myself.
Yes. Growth.
Yeah, growth is my meaning. That's my meaning.
And so that's your next journey.
Yeah.
And you know what it is.
Yeah.
So the next one, rule 2, onward. Everything you refuse to face eventually controls you.
Oh, Jesus,
I hate
that rule.
Do you want me to read the above?
Oh, go ahead.
Or not? There's a lot of
No, go ahead.
Most people think avoidance protects them. Psychology says the opposite. Jung famously argued that what remains unconscious doesn't disappear, it shapes your life from behind the curtain. Frankl saw people imprisoned physically while remaining inwardly free. Others lived in freedom while becoming prisoners of fear. Watts repeatedly warned that resisting reality creates suffering beyond the original pain. The emotion you suppress, the conversation you postpone, the grief you never process, the insecurity you hide beneath achievement, none of it vanishes. It simply changes form. Anxiety, burnout, perfectionism, control. The monster isn't under the bed. It's inside the room you've refused to enter.
Ow!
What?
Oh, God. I mean, I know all that's true. Like, for me, this word has turned into one of my big words of the year, which is resistance. Like, I feel like, and I think this is what they're saying, it's what we resist that's causing us.
What we resist persists. That's
Yeah.
that old adage.
Resistance is why our lives
Futile.
are too small. Why we are not reaching our potential. It's because we resist what's coming up.
Well, that's why I'm
Okay.
practicing radical, unconditional love.
Yeah. Right? For everything that comes up. For everything.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do.
Very
I know
hard.
we have to do it, but my mind resists on a level where, like, I don't even know what I'm resisting. All I know
Right.
is
Like, I didn't
something-
know, right. I didn't really think coming in, oh, yeah, just in that moment coming in here,
Yeah.
that I had the no hit me. Like,
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
try to let that go.
Or I was resisting telling you what I did.
Right.
For that moment, but I don't have the awareness to say, oh, here is something I'm resisting. Suddenly I'm like,
Well, that's why we're
resisting
talking
something,
about it. That's why
And I'm
we're-
like, suddenly I want to look at my phone for 3 hours.
right.
I mean, that's what my resistance looks like.
Of course.
And I want more awareness around what I'm resisting.
But I
So,
think
yeah.
you and I, and there's people in our circle that we do these things with, are the sorts that are definitely working on.
We're working on it.
this stuff. We're
We
not
are.
on process and allowing our
Yeah.
emotional states. We're not avoidant.
Right.
We're not, even though it seems like I'm attracting quite the avoidance around me in terms of girlfriend potentials.
Yeah.
But
Right.
and friends, I have a lot of friends who are avoidant too.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
maybe it's just the state of, like I said, I'm feeling like there's a lot of non-commitment in the world. If I were to
Well,
look at
there's
it,
so much opportunity for dopamine drips around us. There's so much that we can distract ourselves easily with around us.
yeah.
So it's easy to resist without even knowing.
So if we weren't self-aware and waking up, people,
Yeah.
how would we know
Yeah.
that we were doing these
I'm
pitfalls?
better at it. Like, that's why I can work out now, is I'm better at dealing with resistance. When I was young, I was terrible at it.
So that was rule 2. Ready for rule 3?
Yeah.
Everything you refuse to face eventually controls you. That's rule 2. All right, rule 3, people. Your identity is more flexible than you think. You ready for the hubbub?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep calling it hubbub because it's a funny word.
Yeah.
One of the most dangerous sentences in the English language is, "This is just who I am." It sounds like self-acceptance. Often it's surrender. Jung believed the self isn't fixed. It's continually unfolding through a lifelong process of integration. Frankl insists that even in the most horrific conditions, people retained one freedom: the freedom to choose their response. Watts challenged the idea that the isolated ego is who we truly are. Your identity isn't a prison. It's a story, and stories can be rewritten. The future isn't created by discovering yourself. It's created by becoming someone your past couldn't predict.
Our past couldn't predict.
The future isn't created by discovering yourself. I think it kind of is, but it's also created by becoming someone your past couldn't predict.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Stories can be rewritten. In other words,
Yeah.
drop the story. Who are we now? Like,
This is actually, I've built a leadership development program, and this is a big piece of it, is looking at our identities and how that influences how we collaborate with each other and how we create and what we want to create.
yes,
yeah.
our identity isn't obviously. It's like our We learned that it's fluid, that the brain is, what is it? Plasticity, neuroplasticity.
Yeah, and I've read this recently, or I saw someone talking about this, that
Of course we're changing.
the self is nothing but like a pattern of electrical currents. It disappears. It can reorganize. There is no concrete self.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, in the relationship that I have with this
Yeah.
woman that I've been dating, there's this fluid, nice, easeful, intimate thing goes on.
Yeah.
That's a self, that's a space, that's a creation, that's a co-creation when it's there.
Co-creation, right.
When she's pushing against it, it's not, but I experienced it pretty fluidly for 3 days.
So how does this relate to identity?
Because we're not that thing, but we're the co-created experience. It's changing. Like, is that thing a girlfriend thing? Is that thing a not feeling it thing? Is that thing? Well, there is a thing that's occurring.
Yeah.
When you're in a flow state.
Right.
And who knows what she's feeling, because I don't know. But I am imagining that she's feeling a little bit of that too, and we're co-creating it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
because she invited me to sleep with her in the tent with the kids, and that was incredibly lovely and belonging, and
Yeah.
there were all these moments. Like, I imagined that's real.
Right.
So the self isn't a girlfriend dating a girlfriend. The self is just a thing, and this is how it shows up.
Yeah,
it's an
very
experience.
fluid.
It's a
very
fluid experience.
and
Yeah.
shifting and growing, and then it's.
And then
open
somebody
to our
says a
own-
thing, and then you shut down.
Yeah.
But is it? No, it doesn't have
We
to
can
be.
use our will to create what it is we want. There's no concrete something. Like, we can use our will.
Right. That's where I
To
had the
create.
commitment to the unconditional,
Yeah.
the radical hope of my own will. Like,
Yeah.
when I had that vision
Yeah.
to stay within that part that brings me joy,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
3 days, rather than somebody saying a thing, meaning
Right.
a thing, and I don't even know what that thing means. And
Right.
so it's fluid. Does that make
It's
sense?
fluid, and
I'm
it's
sorry, I keep bringing it
open
back to that, but-
our ability to create. At the end of the day, I feel like we come back to our own kind of God-given ability to create our lives in ourselves. No concrete
If
self.
only we can remember.
I
So
feel like that's what we're doing here.
on a sidebar before we go to number 4, rule number 4, I've been focusing this past year on right action. I think I talked about it maybe last time. And then now, like, one of the Eightfold Paths ideas is, right thought, right a focus, but right action at least helps me to do the Frankel thing where I'm not reacting. I'm at least,
pausing.
pausing, and then
Getting to that space between reaction and what is Frankel? The space between stimulus and response. That's where our free will is.
right. That's right.
Instead
Where
of-
we can react, not react, but choose how we're going to act.
Yeah. That's where we create.
But anyway, the ability to change that focus is what I'm focusing on here. So instead of me focusing on right action, because right action helps me to remember the Frankel and pause and take the action, like instead my reactions, and then take the right action. Okay.
Right.
If only now, the more empowering thing is to do it in my head when I did it on that drive. So if I could do that again and again and again, when I'm stuck in the circles of, oh my God, they don't like me anymore, everything's screwed, changing that facet to the higher hope, the changed view. That is right focus, right?
Yeah, so you're focused on what it is you want to create. Not, focusing on what I don't like as a coach.
But in those moments, to do that for ourselves, that's the key.
Yeah, I do a lot of that in coaching with my clients. So clients show up to coaching always wanting to talk about what they don't like and what's not working.
Sure.
And I, as a coach, am always trying to get them to the place where they're talking about, well, what do you want? What is your vision?
Yeah,
What
so I
is
gave
your
myself a vision.
Yeah. That's
I
people
gave
have a hard
myself
time.
of it, and,
Yeah.
and not that it had to be that vision, though. You understand? Like, just having the vision
Yeah.
took me out of the black hole.
Yeah, this is what I'm working for. This is what I'm all about. This is the life I want for myself.
I know.
Yeah, we have to focus on the vision.
Okay, moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to empower that, but that switch of view, I guess that's the meditation and the mindfulness for me is learning to keep switching that view.
Yeah.
Rule 4. Life begins to change when you stop trying to control everything.
Woo. Yeah, we're kind of back to the resistance piece because we want to control it because we're resisting what is, right? I don't like what is. I want to get in there and control everything because I want to change this thing that I will not accept. I just cannot
That
accept
this
it.
person is saying they're not feeling it for me in this week.
I have to change this and control it, and control is a very painful state to be in. I've been burned by it so much it kind of got beaten out of me, this need to control,
How so?
because I kept trying to create very specific things for myself and it wouldn't work. Like I would try to get people to do what I want them to do, or I'd try to get the perfect job or have the perfect this and that, and trying to control it, and it would never be what I wanted it. So I would just kind of like hold everything very lightly with a very strong vision
This week?
in my life in general. I have
In
a
general
vision,
and in this week.
but I kind of let it. I have a vision, but I'm very flexible as to exactly what it's going to look like. I wait for something. I wait for my heart to open up and show me.
Same. I make general requests and see how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
What Friday's going to look like, what Saturday's going to look like.
Yeah.
So it says, eventually reality wins. Frankl distinguished between what belongs to fate and what belongs to personal choice. Jung believed psychological maturity comes not from mastering the world, but from relating differently to uncertainty, of course. Ironically, resilience grows precisely where certainty ends. You cannot control life, but you can become the kind of person who no longer requires certainty before acting.
It's hard though, because like I also need the vision though. Like last year
Me
when
too.
my job and career was ending,
Me
my
too.
daughter was leaving. I'm like, I can't stand not knowing where I'm going. I cannot fathom where I'm going to be. And it was, what is this going to look like? I couldn't stand it. I needed some sort of vision of, look, I need a life that has adventure somehow. I need a life where I feel strong, and I need a life where I have a decent sense of well-being. I need some sort of vision. Just uncertainty made me crazy. It was hard.
I know, but
And
as
they're
we
like, well, sorry, sometimes life's uncertain, deal with it and stop resisting it.
but
But it was hard.
as we mature, don't you think that's kind of the game? It's part of the course. Even when you go on these adventures, it's going to be all about allowing and losing and letting go control.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's all a practice of letting go.
Yeah, but at least I have a vision of what I want. I want adventure. I want to meet new people. I want to go new places.
I agree. Without the vision, I think we're dead.
Yeah.
That's what I learned on
The
Sunday.
hope. It's like hope.
Yes.
It's like we come back to what you started talking
The
about.
unconditional hope,
Yeah.
the radical unconditional hope.
Yeah.
So the rule 5, can we move on to it?
Yeah.
Last one. The greatest prison is the one you can't see.
Oh, yeah, totally.
The most dangerous prison rarely has walls. It has assumptions. That your worth depends on achievement, that everyone is judging you, that success guarantees fulfillment, the comfort equals security. This belief quietly shaped careers, relationships, and entire identities. Jung called for making the unconscious conscious. Frankl encouraged people to answer life rather than demand answers from it. I love that one. Frankl encouraged people to answer life rather than demand answers from it. Watts reminded us that many of our perceived problems exist because we've mistaken our thoughts for reality itself.
Mistaken
Yeah.
our thoughts for reality.
Right, which
So,
is what happened when she said, "I'm not feeling it." Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it meant, oh, she doesn't feel that connection. She doesn't want to
Right.
hang with me.
Yeah, the stories that we have. Instead of staying neutral. Yeah.
So, what is the fifth one?
Yeah. So can you say the fifth one again?
Well, they're calling it the greatest prison is the one you can't see.
So our stories.
Assumptions.
Assumptions, stories.
Yeah.
Belief systems, how they keep
Yep.
us trapped.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Geez. Now I'm thinking, okay, what stories and assumptions are keeping me trapped? Huh. Yeah, I got them. I got them.
Yeah.
Here's the dangerous part about stories and assumptions, I feel, is it robs us of motivation.
There's a little bit more words about it, but
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I have been thinking about this lately. So say I have a belief.
Robs us of motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a belief of this business is never going to take off. And that's kind of in the back of my
Well,
head.
a fear.
A fear. But it's kind of based on a part of me that's like, this is never going to work. A part of me says this is never going to work. Robs me of the motivation I need to every day keep trying. So in your case, it might be if there's any part of you that's like, this relationship's not going to work, it might rob you of the motivation to keep trying. You know, so our stories really mess with our ability to get up and take the necessary steps to build what we want. Because instead, like if I have no
Yeah, I agree.
belief,
I
it's
agree.
like,
I agree.
I'd rather just sit on the couch and watch TV because nothing's going to work anyway.
Right, because who knows
My
where this
motivation's
relationship will
gone.
be in 6 months?
Yeah.
Who knows what?
Yeah. And the thing about it is, like, if you want a thing, you have to work. You have to take small steps every single day.
I agree. So this is encouraging us to
Watch our stories because the stories are going to impact. Our belief systems are going to impact how much energy we have to do the things we need to do.
Yeah, so the last words on here are, Frankl encouraged people to answer life rather than demand answers from it. Watts reminded us that many of our perceived problems exist because we've mistaken our thoughts for reality. Most people spend decades trying to escape external circumstances. So this is what I feel like I'm doing. I have been doing. Few realize they're carrying the prison with them. Freedom doesn't begin with your environment changes, when your environment changes, which I believe it does because I felt the environment changed when I was at the beach for 3 days, but whatever.
Yeah.
It begins when your perception does.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to change your environment to help you. I mean, it's hard to live in the same place, be around the same people, and believe something different and shift your belief system. I need to go.
No, you do, and you're probably going to be inspiring me. Part of me wants to do the same thing, but not really. Well, because I don't want to run, but I also I don't want to travel alone. I'm not like you. I don't want to. It's just not a thing I want to do. So that's been our whole session.
Wow. We covered a lot in one session today. We did. Jeez.
What
My
are we
brain
gonna
hurts.
What are we gonna call it? What do you want to call it? Radical Hope?
Yeah, I think Radical Hope. I like that.
I shouldn't have given the name. I should have let you say something. What came to mind?
No, I like it. I like the Radical Hope.
What was her words of it again?
Ruthless.
We shouldn't call it ruthless, relentless. No, is it relentless,
Yeah, it's
ruthless,
relentless,
stubborn,
commitment to
hope?
Yeah.
That or just simply radical hope?
Or wild optimism. Wild optimism.
Okay. I think I like wild optimism. I think
Yeah.
we're going to have to do wild optimism next time.
Wild optimism.
I think we're going to do wild optimism next time. That's a little different than radical hope, no?
Okay.
Isn't it?
I don't know. We'll
You
have
think
to
they're
talk
the
about
same?
it next time.
Okay. That's going to be another theme.
Okay.
All right. So we do a poem first, or I forget, or do we do the meta? The meta hour.
Normally, we have been doing the meta first, but let's end with the meta. Let's do the poem first. You know I don't show up with poems. I'm going to have to trust you.
I know. No, don't worry. I showed up with a poem. Okay. Where is it? It's in here. I took pictures of 2 poems. Harrowing. Harrowing, is that a word? Harrowing.
Yeah.
The plow has savaged. This is by Parker Palmer, whoever that is. The plow has savaged this sweet field. Misshapen clods of earth kicked up. Rocks and twisted roots exposed to view. Last year's growth demolished by the blade. I have plowed my life this way, turned over a whole history, looking for the roots of what went wrong, until my face is ravaged, furrowed, scarred. Enough! The job is done. Whatever's been uprooted, let it be. Seedbed for the growing that's to come. I plowed to unearth last year's reasons. The farmer plows to plant a greening season.
Wow. All right.
Is that okay?
So it's almost like a poem that's saying, quit looking deeper. After our hour of looking deeper.
Oh my God. Should I not have done that one?
I like the message of it.
I think it's a both and situation.
Yeah, quit. Or maybe like.
Or then there's one more. When the world goes mad, be wildly kind. Do you want that one?
I like that one.
When the world goes wild, be wildly kind. Do you know this?
No, keep going. That one.
One more. You're gonna hear 2.
Yeah,
We're gonna hear 2.
Yeah.
When the world goes mad, be wildly kind to everyone. You can't control much, but you control how you treat others. In these breaking news, heartbreaking times, when nothing feels certain, let your raw kindness be a certainty. Allow your compassion to become a North Star. Hold on, it's on a second page. Stamped up in the sky for others to follow back home.
That's beautiful.
Is it?
It is.
So just be kind. So you would rather do that than the furrowed seed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I started this new practice online. I will put random comments in creators' feeds where I'll just be like, that's a great idea. You look awesome. I love this share. And I just, because everybody else is like, that's dumb, that's stupid. You should. I just add random kind comments. I try to do it at least once a day.
Yeah.
I'm all
Me
about
too.
that.
We are like
Just
that.
random kindness.
Just kindness.
Random.
Unconditional
just
love.
throw it out there.
No, my radical thing is unconditional love.
Yeah.
That's my radical
Yeah,
stance.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
So, metta. May
Okay,
you...
so may we be peaceful.
Okay.
May we be happy.
May we be happy.
May we be safe.
May we be safe.
May we awaken to the light of our true nature. May we be free.
May all people benefit from our efforts in this
may
world.
all people benefit from our efforts, our questions, and
May all people
our
be peaceful
conversation. Yeah.
and feel peace
Mhm.
and feel kindness and equanimity and well-being and joy and radical hope, and definitely radical, compassionate, committed, stubborn,
relentless
hope
There we
for
go.
themselves and others. All right.
All right.
Till next time, people.
See ya.
See you on the next Wake Up Call.